Periodically, every 10 to 15 minutes while you're talking. If it's exclamation R for runners, exclamation C for chat. Is there any other?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer 2018 Spring Tournament. Week 2 of the Swiss rounds here, starting to conclude. We've got 2 matches left. Here's the first one of the night. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Will Cleosis, and joining me in the booth tonight is my tag team partner for our maiden voyage together, Falconic FF. Falconic, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. This is going to be a fun one. Week 2 has already lived up to Week 1. I can't imagine a better way to close it out than this race, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, I can't wait. Randomania Maximum Barnage, Ali Gerbrap joining us on tracking. Thank you very much for helping us out tonight. The match we've got right now, Battle of 1-in-1s. saltyphry versus thilotilo. Rounding out the second week here. saltyphry, very successful in Final Fantasy Randomizer. Finished 12th in the inaugural league. Excuse me, I believe he was 8th. He was top 10. I played him a couple times and he whooped me. thilotilo, ranked 39th in SRL points for Final Fantasy Randomizer, not indicative of his play. He's been playing a lot lately. I've watched it, I've observed him, he's practicing. I really think he's ready for this match. He's got a tough opponent, maybe an uphill battle. We're going to find out. We'll see what happens. One forced class party member for the first Swiss tournament rounds. Is that the thief I see there, Falconic?
That is the thief, and more importantly, I don't see Dan listed for either of their names. So, are you going to keep that person alive? Are you going to keep him in the top spot to get the encounter chances? You want to make sure you don't get ambushed? Or are you going to try to get the run ability? How are they going to handle this tonight?
Dan, I don't see anyone named Dan. I see a guy named Run, but I do see someone named period. Not Dan. That leads me to believe that thilotilo on our right side of our screen might be leaving that option open a little bit.
I think he might be tempting us with our imaginations here. ... Might as well be Dan on his side.
We've got a countdown. Our runners are about to get off. Welcome to Randomania 2. Thank you for hosting us tonight. Spring Final Fantasy Randomizer 2018 Tournament, and we're underway. Runners making a beeline for the White Magic Shop. Cure 4 available in the second slot. White Mage only. That's in the original Harm slot. Not much over there in the Black Magic. Falconic.
No, not much, but that early temper does look pretty tempting.
Temper. Rub might be the offensive Black Magic option here. Notice both of our players go directly to weapons and armor, knowing that they don't have a lot of options here for attack. Double Red Mage strategy from saltyphry, becoming a new strategy here for players. They're using that strategy to take out other players. saltyphry's booking it already.
I love the double Red Mage. The downside to doing a double Red Mage this early is the low run chance early on, but we have a Force Thief, so that almost negates it. So maybe that counteracts that negativity there.
thilotilo right behind saltyphry off to the races. saltyphry is going to be the first to the Temple of Fiends here. He's going to head to the 3 chests that are available there with a nice run after the second encounter and 10,000 gold.
You're never mad about starting money like that, but I think more importantly, he's got to be happy about that.
Oh, we got a game! It's, and the second chest in the game, in the top left side of the Temple of Fiends, saltyphry has located the game changer.
Oh, I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh boy.
You'd love to have it, you can't equip it, but man, you're looking forward to it.
Not yet, but you can plan with it. The Vorpal has been located, endgame weapon. saltyphry is so excited, he's headed back to Canaria to go ahead and save his game. He's going to make sure he's got that weapon. Meanwhile, thilotilo's thief is absolutely getting pounded in this fight against the Imps. He's on the ground already. We're going to see how thilotilo deals with that. saltyphry's back to Canaria. He's got 10,000 gold. He's going to do all his shopping, all his armor, all his weapons. He's going to fill out all his magic and assess his situation here. He's got 17,000 gold now. And it is the rub that he's using, probably offensively. Thilotilo's finished out his fight. He's got a couple bucks. He's going to do some of his shopping now, but he's reviving the thief, Falconic.
That's surprising. I thought the ... might allude to Danning, but it looks like maybe not just yet.
We'll see. Maybe it needs a little bit more information.
Interesting that he didn't do the double red mage, so for him, he doesn't have that offset for running and not running. So it actually might benefit him at some point if he doesn't see the gear he's looking for to go ahead and Dan that thief and get the extra levels.
That's right. Tyrannex in chat. RD Platypus. 5 on it. Agreeing, noticing that the game has been changed this early. I've never seen this quite happen. I think it's a big factor to take into account here with the Vorpal Sword being found so early. Thilotilo now. He makes his beeline. He's in the Temple of Fiends. He's going to find his 10,000 gold and his game changer. Meanwhile, saltyphry's filling out his inventory for his run at the Temple of Fiends.
You've got that early money. I think one of the smartest plays to do, especially when you don't know if you're going to get the bridge or the canoe just yet, is to go ahead and stock up while you can.
So, possibility for a bridge seed Falconic from maybe the king or Princess Sarah?
You know, I think chat might be rooting for that.
Okay. We've also got 2 chests in the Dwarf Cave that could hold something such as the bridge.
Find out soon. Looks like Tilo's got that low health thief again.
Tilo using the thief as to take all the damage. He puts his main damage dealer down in the lower slot there. He's tempering him, adjusting to the situation, given no AoE black magic, no ice 3, no lightning 2.
It is interesting. He moved the fighter down, so he prioritizes the fighter, but he keeps the thief at the top. Does that show that maybe he's danning him later?
I think this is more of a strategy to take out Garland, as saltyphry just uses Rub and wipes Garland away pretty quick. Tilo does not have a weapon on the fighter.
Doesn't look
but
like
92 damage from a tempered, unequipped fighter takes out Garland. He moves on. It looks like so far Princess Sarah, she's going to give us the bottle. And the Trusting King is giving us the canoe.
Interesting. The lady that's kidnapped every 2,000 years is just holding a bottle.
Given that we do not have a bridge so far, you can see saltyphry. He's headed west. He's using the new map edits in the open progression that our development team has unrunnable. Well, first he runs into unrunnable wolves. He's going to reset. I think that's a good idea. That our development team has implemented for open progression, different options, opens up the game a lot. Great addition. We're going to see it again right here. He's going to go through, he's got the information that the wolves are unrunnable at this point. Given that they have so much money, they're probably going to be looking for tents, cabins, houses, things like that, so that they can save constantly in case they run into unrunnables or some sort of nasty enemy along the way.
Absolutely, and we've already seen that after the first fight, you get quite a bit of a hero run, so you can easily manipulate that.
Zeus Gauntlet is found in the 2 chests in the Dwarf Cave now. Pretty useful item, Falconic.
That's amazing. It's an amazing item late game. It's an amazing item, especially early game, that gives them the AoE, and on top of that, it's free AoE.
Especially with the Force Thief. If you keep that thief up, which it looks like so far both of our players are interested in doing, it gives the thief some legitimate attack ability in battle.
And that's his weak point early, is that he really just doesn't have anything to do other than run from battles. But maybe now he's not such a weak spot of the team.
Piranhas are unrunnable now. So we got groups of wolves, we got piranhas, the Caribes. You know, the Caribes to me are just really annoying.
They always seem to have something you don't want to see.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jerks usually, is usually how I think of it as well. So we've got the bottle and we've got the canoe. We're going to progress west with the open progression and then head south toward Elfland. That's the way that both of our players are going to have to go. Tilo's leaving Canaria right now. He's just a little bit behind saltyphry at this point, as he has a nice run most of the way to Elfland. All the way to Elfland. Level 3 black magic. Oh boy.
Nope. More importantly, what does level 3 black magic mean for that thief when he class changes?
Level 3 black magic, all available. Levels life 2.
Is that in the spot that the knight can learn it?
Red mage learnable life 2 as far as the knight. Was it the 3rd slot? It is.
I think it was 3rd slot. Fade at level 4. Look at that.
One interesting, I like to pick up Confuse here, level 4 Black Magic personally. One thing we didn't get a chance to notice was Ruse, back in Canaria. 4th slot, level 1 White Magic. Learnable by the Knight. Now we got Life 2, it looks like. 3rd slot in Alflin, level 3. Learnable by the Knight. See if our runners realize that, because I can tell you this, that is something I really want to utilize. Speaking of utilization, was that the gold bracelet for 5,000 gold?
I believe it was, but more importantly, did you catch the item for sale?
I did not.
It's ground for 43k.
43k for Elfland. This seed has sped up real fast. It's starting to move already. Thilotilo finds his nuke for his red mage now. He's about to find life too, as saltyphry's off to the races. I would think Crescent Lake here. Buck on it?
Yeah, you have to do Crescent Lake. You want to get an information dive on what they have for magic. You definitely want to hit up the sages and see what item you're going to get.
What item are they looking for, do you think?
You know, I think the runners might be going for a floater for a jet seed, and I'm guessing chat wants to see anything but.
I thought it was the rod they might be looking for. I don't know, but we're going to find out real quick.
We can't fly a rod, so...
I suppose. Armor shop check for saltyphry, does not see the pro rings. Thilotilo finds his crown for sale. Didn't look like much for sale in the white magic shop for level 6. Ice 3 in level 6 for black magic.
Ice 3 is it's a good spell. It's the highest elemental spell I believe you can get. And there it is. There's the item that they were hoping for that maybe the runners of the chat weren't looking for.
saltyphry picks up his floater. The status quo floater pickup less than 10 minutes into the seed. Thilotilo has picked up some ground now. He's closing in on saltyphry and his position. He's going to pick up his floater real soon, unless he's will and doesn't use it. I don't know why they would do that. E-Tap pointing out in chat. Ruse is in its original position, level 1 white magic slot 4. That is correct.
In all honesty, I think the name of this game is going to be Who Finds the Tail First, so that they can equip the best sword in the game, which has already been found.
That could be. saltyphry's in a battle with giants here. He's got 2 light warriors paralyzed. Make it 3. He's firing rub at the giants. Down goes the thief. Down goes the red mage. Time to reset.
Was that an encounter he was trying to burn to get to the hero run, or do you think he was trying to actually take that?
I think he was trying to take it. Experience this early in the game, couple bucks. I would certainly think so. saltyphry's got his airship. Heads directly to Provoca. Why is he going to Provoca?
Again, early game, you get that fast floater. The smart move is to hit up all of the incentivized locations. You want to hit up Sarda. If you get the slab early, you want to translate that, possibly. If you get the bottle like we've got tonight, you want to get that bottle turned in. Pirates have an item. It's all about knowledge.
Level 2 white magic, level 2 black magic is in there. He doesn't have the tail at this point. If he had the tail, he could certainly consider, as he utilizes the Zeus Gauntlet here, he's going to take out the pirates to potentially turn that tail in early, and then maybe make that trip to Provoca and get all his second level white and black magic at the same time. He's looking for that tail more than likely. He gets the cube from the pirate. He's upgraded from a ship, apparently.
Looks that way. Looks like the pirates stole the cube from the robot, so I wonder what the robot has today.
Tent purchases for saltyphry now. 12 gold. Thilotilo is on his way to the Ryukon Desert to get his airship. Except he runs into a pack of scorpions with Blizzard. And he went, oh no. Thilotilo went all the way to Crescent Lake, picked up his floater, did a little bit of shopping, got some information, didn't save. Left, steps away from the Ryukon Desert to pick up his airship. Blizzard from the scorpions wipes him, and I bet you Thilotilo saves this time after he does this.
You know, I hope so. What's unfortunate is that while he was in Elfland, he did buy a bunch of cabins, and he was near an inn, and yet he didn't take any of those. They do say heal 3, though, so that's going to be a good one for them.
Heal 3 in the first slot. Very good. The slot really doesn't matter in Provoca very much. Anyone who can cast magic can learn all of level 2 magic. It's very good to have that those spells in there. Heal 3 and Tepid Nuke, something like that.
You really do like to see heal 3 that early, especially later in the game when you're diving Topher. That's a great way to save on heal potions.
Absolutely it is. You get a lot of charges of heal 3. Also, you can use it during the volcano if you're stepping through a lot of lava tiles.
That's exactly right. Got a Titan chest check here, and there's the dragon armor.
Wow.
It's a great find early.
The tail, both of our players, I would certainly think thilotilo is going to head over there as he picks up his Quake. Would love to find the tail here, possibly from Sarda, in class change, because equipping that dragon armor and combining it with the attack power of the legendary, and there it is, the tail of the Vorpal.
You called it.
We're talking potential go mode here. Felt kind of like 14 minutes into the seed.
Yeah, I think the next item that almost we're looking for slab and possibly waterfall. You got slab possibly in Castle of Ordeals. I wonder which one they hit up first.
The missing component here that I see so far would be on the magic side, as saltyphry heads to the Cardia Islands, picks up the giant sword. Exit. Warp. I know that hurt me in my last match. I had to put off the ice cave and the waterfall until too late, caused me to make a mistake that I'm still being made fun of for, because I didn't have access to those spells and I avoided them like play.
They're helpful for sure. At least you didn't translate the slab and forget about it and then spend 30 minutes looking for that slab again.
Fuchsia Fantasy also pointing out the wall spell. I like to have a wall spell. We haven't seen that either.
There's a katana for saltyphry.
Katana pickup now. Pro rings. We've located the pro rings for sale. 6,000 gold. Not bad. Over in Provoca.
Interesting that Tio has the Zeus Gauntlet on his fighter, though, instead of somebody else.
Question from Tyrannex in chat. It's directed toward me from Tyrannex. What do you do with the floater when you get it? Falconic?
I think that the smart move is to sail around the world on your ship for a little bit and maybe dive into some canals with your canoe.
A little bit of sightseeing, perhaps, get a little workout, maybe get a tan.
I think so.
Thilotilo following the same route as saltyphry. He hits the Titan's Tunnel. He's going to get his dragon armor. saltyphry immediately class changes. While he's in the area, he gets to equip a katana. Vorpal, the dragon armor. Thilotilo takes advantage of the Quake spell, using Earthquake on the ogres.
Hey Will, is there any downside to class changing with the party members we've seen here today?
Not one bit. That would involve a black belt being changed into a master. We aren't dealing with that in this seed whatsoever. A black belt was not for us, and our runners didn't choose to take any black belt or masters voluntarily. So class changing immediately is very beneficial to our players tonight.
Looks like Tila's about to make that dive into Sarda and pick up his tail as well. I wonder if he books it straight to the Cardia Islands.
Similar paths here from both runners. saltyphry 90 seconds ahead. Falconic maybe, if that.
Easily one encounter, two at the most. It's a very close race.
Airship being put to good use here. Players moving around. What's the plan though? Is it Matoya's Cave? It looks like it's Matoya's Cave for saltyphry.
You usually don't see people hit this spot up until they have the crystal for her, but when you got the airship, it's 10-15 seconds at most, so you might as well see what's in the chest.
Yep, that's what saltyphry likes to do. He was in the area, but now it's time to start thinking about progressing in the game. Is it the volcano? We got the incentivized ordeals, we got the incentivized ice cave, but first he's gonna sell the katana?
He sold the katana that could have been equipped on that thief.
Okay, that's money that could be well used. Oh, look at this move by saltyphry. There's the roost right there on the knight. Watch that and keep an eye on that. I like it. Cure 4, he'd love to have too. Not gonna happen. Temper on the ninja.
This is something a lot of runners forget to do, because when you do the class change, you do have to get the levels in order to use it, but you often forget to go back to pick them up.
It happens. I like that Roost pickup. I think we're gonna see that late game. Saltyphry continues the tour now. He's back to Elfland to get some more magic spells for his ninja and his knight. I would think that selling the katana gives him money for something right here.
That has to be the play. And you know what? Now that I see what he did, kudos to him. That actually might be the smarter play.
It might be. It's legitimate. I don't think there's any question about that whatsoever. I think I might have looked for a starter pack dive, maybe in the volcano. See if I run into a big chest like that, and I could save that katana for a little while. But we'll certainly see how it works out for Saltyphry too, as Life 2 he sees in level 3 Black Magic. Thilotilo, class promotes. He's on his way to the same type of trip that Saltyphry just did.
Salty might be banking on the fact that buying that crown gives him access to quite a few treasure chests. And what if he finds a katana in one of those?
There is another katana floating around in the game that could test also how much Saltyphry values the presence of the ninja here. See how he utilizes him. Saltyphry continues his world tour. He's battling... Who is that?
You know, I think it's the king, but oh my gosh, it was Astos. I can't believe it.
Are you telling me that was Astos the whole time?
I've never run a seed where that was Astos. This is groundbreaking.
Get him with the Vorpal Saltyphry and take this guy out. There you go. So
look at that one hit.
Saltyphry's going to continue the tour here. He's going to do the crown. He's going to check out the crown quest. Thilotilo picking up his roost for the night. Savvy move here. I like it. He's got 25,000 gold. We'll see how he continues to spend his wealth that he has.
I've seen too many runs where people forget to get their class changed heroes, their spells that they're available to learn, and both of these guys tonight knocked that out. So that's very promising to see.
Low levels right now. What are we, levels 3 and 4? Maybe 5?
Looks like we just hit 6 on some of Saltyphry's guys.
6? Okay. We are definitely not... We're 20 minutes into the seed here, and level 6 is concerning. But considering the... You know, they don't have nuke charges yet. We didn't see Lightning 3 in level 1, so that's understandable, I would certainly think at this point. So they're stocking up for some sort of run. I can only think Volcano. What do you think, Falconic?
I think Volcano, because you have access to that early Fire Fiend, or the Fire Elemental. Maybe you go in there and just see if you can get a temper or 2 off. Maybe you get that kill and you slowly build up a lever or 2 and kind of dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I agree. Demarine in chat saying safely first, too. I think this is a smart move. If you were looking to be risky, you could have gone a different way here, but this is, I would think, the best thing to do. Mystic Key acquisition for Saltyphry now.
You know, I think I recall seeing a run of it actually went Mermaids at about level 10 this weekend, so there are moves to be made.
Bottle was turned in, Oxyale was was gotten, and that particular runner headed to the on-rack area at level 7. Took a couple fights from, I think they were Nachos along the way in the river. Got to level 10 in about a minute, and made a dive into the Sea Shrine. Yes, that is correct, to visit the mermaids.
Hey, I think we have a bottle in this seed, don't we?
It's possible. Thilotilo sees his fade in White Magic at level 4, 2nd slot. Quad X he picks up as well.
Looks like Salty intentionally took that mummy fight here. Maybe he's trying to get his levels here at Northwest Castle.
Could be. Or he was trying to... Oh. Images. Uh-oh. Images ambushing Saltyphry. He got what he wanted, his ninjas down on the ground, but now he ran into Images, but it doesn't look like they're doing too much damage.
Be interesting to see if he keeps that thief down, though.
Saltyphry resets, he's out of there. He's not going to deal with it anymore. Thilotilo picks up gold. What is he doing? Thilotilo picks up gold bracelets in the armor shop from Elfland, but I'm not sure what he's doing right now. We're going to keep an eye on that as Saltyphry is going to hit up the Dwarf Cave. 3,000 gold. An iron gauntlet. Some more gold. Coral ring pickup for Saltyphry. More gold, and more gold. Meanwhile, Thilotilo has engaged with Geist. What's going on here, Falconic?
It almost looks like he's aware of his levels, and he's almost trying to take any fight that he can.
Okay. The way he was walking there looked like he might be headed to Marsh Cave without the airship. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, so looks like he needed a level to save at the end. Okay.
I do like the Pro Ring pickup, but we did see them pretty cheap.
6,000 gold, I think it was, I believe, in Provoca, the armor shop.
Interesting. I don't think we saw, maybe I missed it, did Salty hit up Canaria Castle for the Keylock chest?
Don't believe so. Canary Castle has not been checked yet. Melmond visit now. Level 5 Black Magic. There's the Warp. It's in the second slot. Red Wizard learnable. He'll get 2 shots of Warp. He's got to be happy to see Warp in that second slot.
He does, although I think I just saw him pick it up in the first slot. So we're going to see a Warp/exit boss?
Perhaps. Wall also available in the second slot. And for those of you that might not know what Falconic's talking about, subtle move. Small strategy from Falconic, very effective. Do not buy Warp or Exit as the first spell, because on your menu lineup, on your... You tell him, Falconic, you're the one with the strategy.
Well, yeah, you don't want to put Exit or Warp, if you can help it, in the very first slot. You don't want that to be the first spell you buy, because when you go to the menu and you pick Black or White Magic, your curse is going to default to the left, and it's very, very easy to accidentally hit up or down and accidentally target Exit, Warp when you meant to do Cure or Heal, and all of a sudden that fiend that you just fought in TOFR that was easy, maybe hard, and all of a sudden you're fighting again because you accidentally backed out.
Canaria Castle Keylock chests yields the Mage Staff and the Sun Sword. Tilo's gonna fight with a couple giants right now. I don't know if he's aware that the giants are really dangerous. As they fire out trance, he figures it out, quickly resets.
You know, I don't mind the pop grind, but I think after a fight or two of seeing, and it looks like both runners are doing it, when you see what they have, it's a little bit too nasty. Maybe you dip in a volcano and you check that fire elemental.
Fuchsia Fantasy pointing out in chat that the Sun Sword is better than the Trash Sword. Yes, the Sun Sword is much better than the Saber and the Falcon, actually. So he is definitely correct on that. And Saltyphry has begun the Nuke Blasts. Takes out a group of 4 giants, moves to level 7 for his Life Warriors.
That's exactly right. The Sun Sword is better than the Rapier. Thank you for pointing that out, Fuchsia.
He's correct. Both players now hanging out at the Peninsula Power. Both players know that they've been running around and don't have much experience. We're nearing 26 minutes of this seed right now. We'll see who gets out of here first and where they go. Is it an incentivized spot? Is it Ordeals? Not really close by.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to get just one single warp charge so that they can dive, perhaps Ice Cave. Maybe they can do the Armory and fire and dive out early.
That's what I was thinking as well. Saltyphry's moved to level 8 now.
Here we go with 4 giants on both runners here, and we know that they're not friendly.
Ali Gerbrap mentioning in chat to kill Tyros. It's an option. Thank you,
It's a bad
Ali
option,
Gerbrap,
but
taking care of tracking for us tonight. Speaking of tonight, we'd like to remind you that actually right around now over on our sister broadcast partner for Final Fantasy Randomizer, 8:30 p.m. just about now, Speed Gaming 2, it's Bismarck versus DD Gaming. That's an option for you Final Fantasy Randomizer fans as well. If you'd like to tune in there, we'd certainly like you to stick it out here with myself, Falconic, and Ali Gerbrap. We're going to bring you a great show as the Peninsula Power Grind should hopefully wind up soon. as we've got in stereo giant fights.
Here's where their big advantage comes into play, though. Party composition does matter in these flags. With saltyphry having 2 red mages, that's 2 charges of nuke he's able to blast off, so this grind is much quicker for him.
Fuchsia again pointing out in chat, this Peninsula power grind is going on too long, and I would agree. What do you think, Falcona?
I agree as well. I think you've already seen Warp. You know that you're going to get a couple levels as you go. It makes sense to take the levels as you do other things. You want to explore some of the volcano areas. You want to hit up the armory. Get those levels there.
Both of our players are at level 10 simultaneously. Tilo's going to continue the fights. Saltyfry's going to burn off an encounter. He's going Ice Cave, Falconic.
This is risky. I don't know if he's got his warp charge yet. I would think he does, because surely he has to be aware of that.
Well, we're going to find out real quick. Tilo taking on a couple more giants now. Nice run. Runs into some mages. He's booking it, running from them already. We'll see some undead coming up here. It's a full screen. Eye mages and wraiths.
I like the Zeus Gauntlet here, though. Even if you're only trying to run, you try to thin out that herd so that you take less damage while you do it.
Takes a little bit of time, but Eye Mages with Cremate just putting a little dent into him. Now he gets away, he's got the ninja, down to 10 HP. We'll see if he heals the ninja, or if he just leaves him to fend for his own, and he does. Not keeping the ninja and healing him for the potential run opportunity in the first slot.
Another difference between the runners, saltyphry keeping the ninja at the top spot is going to give him the ambush advantage.
Whether it's ambushing the enemies or avoiding the ambush. Doesn't help him here, though, as he gets ambushed by wraiths and images. Cremate from the images already. They like that play. Down goes the ninja. Down goes the red wizard. The second red wizard is hurting. Saltyphry is going to try to fire off a nuke. Tilo is headed to the volcano. The wraiths are giving it to Saltyphry now. Getting a break with turn order here. Slow keeps coming up for the images. Saltyphry gets the nuke off. He's going to thin him out here and reassess the situation. Meanwhile, Tilo's in the armory, Falconic. Did he find anything yet?
He found a pro cape so far. Nothing else major. There's the ruby. Maybe we feed the Titan.
Titan is hungry. Feed the Titan.
Good chunk of money, though.
Iron helmet fine for Tilo. Silver bucket fine.
So it looks like just a pro cape, some money, and maybe some food for a Titan.
Another Eye Mage Wrath encounter for Saltyphry. He's back to healed up. He's back where he wants his party. But Cremate knocks him down a little bit more. Mage Staff from Saltyphry. Good weapon utilization here, along with the Zeus Gauntlet that's going to mow him down.
It is, but does this scare you going forward, knowing you're going to take another encounter after the hull drop?
Yep. Especially if they want to ambush, which they've already done already. And now he doesn't have the ninja in the front slot anymore either. His ninja's on the ground in the second slot.
That might not be by design. I think it's just because he can't res him.
Could be. Another Eye Mage Wrath encounter. The Ghost Party playing nice this time, though. 4 peds for Tilo. He's got to be happy to see this in the volcano.
Did we just see Stone Touch from those peds?
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh my. Was that Stone Touch?
I don't know if it's Stone Touch or if we saw a spell going out, but it does result in a reset there.
So Tilo loses all that time. I guess he really didn't like seeing the peds.
You know, that's one of the benefits of diving into the volcano, is that you do get to check out the armory. It's a lot of chests, but at the same time, you have the potential of hitting those peds, which are great for XP, and these runners desperately need XP right now.
Both players are hovering right around level 10, 11, closing in on 12 at the 32-minute mark now. No orbs have been let. Tilo is the closest. Saltyphry has elected to go to the incentivized dungeon of the Ice Cave.
There it is.
He found something. He found an in-game weapon.
He found the second best weapon in the game. Look at that.
The often debated Mazmoon The consensus is the Mazmoon is the second best weapon in the game here. Some people think it's the best. It's up for debate. We've got polls about it. We're going to get to that in a minute, actually, because we want to know what you, the fans, think that is the best weapon in the game. Either way, the Mazmoon's a pretty viable weapon at the end. You can ride that to the end as best you can.
You can. The Mazmoon is definitely a great weapon to put on the Thief, because, of course, your fighter's going to have the Vorpal, which is the best weapon. But more importantly, we did see him pick up that second katana. He sold the first one, bought the crown, found the second one.
Right. And one of the, really the advantage is, saltyphry is struggling with these Frost Wolves a little bit here. Paralyzed a couple of his light warriors, but he's going to get out of it with a nuke as Tilo moves on in the volcano, checking some more chests, is the versatility of the Mazmoon. It's definitely the best sword for the White Wizard. You can put it on the Black Wizard. If you're stuck with a Black Belt or a Master and you're not a fan of them, you can move the Mazmoon to them. I think that's definitely the biggest advantage of the Mazmoon. It does some pretty nice damage and everything, but it's versatile. It can be used by so many warriors.
I like to think of the Mazmoon as the Mustang of weapons. Everyone can kind of afford it, and it's nice. The Vorpal is a league of its own, though. There's very few people that can actually afford the Vorpal.
Yeah, it's the Mustang. I agree. Tilo making some good progress here in the volcano. He picks up the other Pro Cape. There's 2 Pro Capes in the game. saltyphry found one. Tilo found one.
Oh, Tio found something more important than that, though. He found the Power Bomb.
Power Gauntlet. Where was the Power Gauntlet?
Looks like it was in Volcano top right chest. Chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
Power Gauntlet has been found. Now, you pair that with an endgame weapon, you might be ready to make a move here.
Yeah, I think at this point you're looking for ribbons, and you're going. Looks like we have an eye grind on saltyphry. Hopefully the eye doesn't have anything nasty. If not, this is a great place to make up those levels we were missing earlier.
Tilo's going to take a few fights from the Agama as well. While we have a quick lull here, we're nearing the 35-minute mark. Let's do a quick recap. The king, the trusty king of Canaria, held the canoe. Princess Sarah, she was rescued from Garland. She had the bottle. Sarda, in Sarda's cave, had the tail. The crown was in Elfland. It was the vendor item, 43,000 gold. Vicky the pirate, he had the cube. We've just found out that the ice cave held the loot. The game changer, the Vorpal, was in the Temple of Fiends, right in the beginning of the game, in the top left corner. And the Mazmoon has just been located by saltyphry, also in the ice cave, in the lower 6 chest guarded by the Frost Wolves, in that room right there. Not a lot of leveling going on early. Crown quests, promotions, spell charges, Ruse is available for the night, Life 2 is available for the night, and the Thief/Ninja was forced. We're really just getting into the dungeon diving right now, pretty much the last 5 or 6 minutes or so from Tilo and saltyphry. Pretty even match so far.
So far it's been pretty close. I would expect to see we're going to get a fire orb lit here soon on Tio's side. saltyphry making his grind on the eye. He should have no problems diving into the early dungeons. He could even take out water if he wanted to at this point.
One thing Tilo I don't believe has is the crown and the crown quest. I think saltyphry's got a little bit of a leg up on him there. So if I was to pick a leader at this point based upon that, based upon having a 2 endgame weapons, I would give the edge to saltyphry at this point in time.
I think I would agree. I also do like saltyphry's play of putting that thief in the front. The versatility it brings to these fights is it's going to slowly and meticulously make its way in the favor of saltyphry. Those seconds count up.
Yeah. saltyphry takes a couple of those fights from the eye. I like that move. Relax, maybe think about the next play that he's going to have. And a couple levels, couple bucks, and then he's going to go ahead and try to get out of here. What we have not seen is Exit. We haven't seen Exit at all. Warp was at level 5 in Melmond, I believe.
I believe so, and it looks like saltyphry having 2 red mages. It's going to have double charges.
That's right, level 5, slot 2, Red Wizard only, learnable and locked to him. saltyphry with 2 shots of it. Tilo will only have 1.
I don't believe we've seen Life 2 yet, though, have we?
Yes, I believe it was level 3 white magic in the 3rd slot. Again, Knight learnable and Red Mage, Red Wizard learnable. saltyphry has exited the ice cave. He's headed to the volcano now. Burning off an encounter and counter manipulation from saltyphry. Does laps around the volcano, burning them off. Gets attacked by grips. Marconic, who are you voting for the mascot of the 2018 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament? Is it the Agama?
You know, it's not the Agama. Not for me. Keep going, though.
What about the Iguana?
I hate iguanas. They usually have something nasty early. I don't like them either. What's the third option?
The elusive and hard to find, you don't see very often, Saria.
Oh, you know, I think my vote is for Saria, not only because they're elusive, but I think they give great XP, so I wonder if our runners today are going to take those fights.
They got a pretty cool green color. I'm a fan. Definitely. Polls. We want to know what you, the viewers and the fans of Final Fantasy Randomizer and Randomania, want the 2018 Spring Tournament mascot to be. Which lizard? The Iguana, the Agama, or the Saria? Links are in the chat right now. Get out there and vote. We'll talk about some of the other polls here in just a little bit, but we want to know right now what you think our mascot should be. As thilotilo makes his way to carry. He's going to go after his first fiend of this match.
Speaking of those polls, I think one of the polls might be about weapons, and somebody told me, and I could be wrong here, that if you vote in Vorpal, Zara sends an Amazon gift card. I don't know. I haven't confirmed it yet.
That was Tyrannex. Tyrannex told me that. It is correct. Shalasia confirmed it. Thilotilo taking on Carry now. Firing off that fade that he saved for 137, followed up by a nuke to 214, and Carry who?
I love it. These early fiends, sometimes you want to play a little defensive for your early level, but when you have those early fades and nuke, it makes all the sense in the world to just unleash them. Maybe you lose a character, who cares?
First orb is lit. It's thilotilo. He lights the fire orb, picking up Carry. We're nearing the 40-minute mark now. Our players are switching positions. Thilotilo's headed to the ice cave and its potential loot and endgame weapon, the Masmoon. saltyphry closing in on Carry already, just ripping through the volcano.
It'll be interesting to see if Tio hits up those southern chests. I've seen a lot of runners in these 2 weeks pass that up.
saltyphry taking an Agama fighter too. I like it. Level 11 now for saltyphry. Finds an iron staff. Quickly moves on.
Salty skipping the red dragon.
Decides to skip the red dragon chest. Tilo's burning through the ice cave now. He's not having as much problems with the undead encounters at all like saltyphry did. Tilo making up a little bit of time here.
Seems that way, and it's interesting, he has the fighter in the lead and not the thief. You would think it would be the other way around.
Interesting. Carry puts a whooping on the ninja for saltyphry, but I don't think Carry's gonna last much longer. Here come the dual nukes from saltyphry and hasta la vista Carry. saltyphry steps away from lighting his first orb. He gets that taken care of. It is the fire orb again. Evened up now, 1 orb each. saltyphry maintaining, depending on how deep Tilo wants to go into the ice cave, I would say maybe a 3-minute advantage at this point in time as he heads north.
It's a pretty good advantage. It's not too much. They're both at about the spot that you would expect them to light the orbs. You usually want to get the first orb for most of the runners within about 30 to 40 minutes, and they're right on that mark.
saltyphry hits up Gaia. I would certainly think he skips most of the shops unless he wants to sell something. We already know where the pro rings and the gold bracelets are. saltyphry's going to hopefully equip that pro cape, move his inventory around a little bit. He is cleaning it out. Tilo's now running into a little bit of the trouble that saltyphry had. Eye mages with cremate. A fade's gonna take them out though. He's a little bit higher level than saltyphry was when he went in here. A little bit more equipped and prepared to handle this, given that he went to the volcano first. So he picks up his katana now. That's 2 katanas for Tilo.
It is, so he's gonna sell one off, he's gonna get the money that Salty got earlier.
does not. I don't think he has warp at this point. He's going to go ahead and he's going to clear out the ice cave. It's going to turn out that that's going to be a good move and a good idea, because the Mazmoon will be found. Versatile endgame weapon for Thilotilo coming right up. Except the Frost Dragons have trans.
They do. I don't think the Frost Dragons are going to be too much trouble for him, though. I thought he did have warp, and I think that might be one of those accidental mistakes that actually favors him.
Thilotilo gets out of that fight with hold. He's got the information now if he takes that second fight. Saltyphry burning off some encounters on his way to Castle Ordeals. He did get to Gaia. He visited with the fairy. He's got his Oxyale now.
There we see Tio picking up the Adamant. I don't think we saw Salty take that Frost Dragon fight.
The Adamant has been picked up now from Thilotilo. Saltyphry did not pick up that Adamant unless we missed it, which I don't think he did. But can he get out of here? He's having trouble with the Frost Dragons again. It's worth it for the Adamant, I think.
If he can, it's an embarrassment of riches. You've got the Mazmoon already, you've got the best sword, the Vorpal, now you've got the Excalibur in play.
That's right.
How do you hold all these swords?
Yeah, you got Vorpal. I would put the Vorpal on the Red Wizard. I'd put the Excalibur on the Knight, and that Versatile Mazmoon probably on the Ninja. And you've got attack power galore, along with Nuke, Fade. You're ready to go here.
Not only that, you see both katanas, so now that's just money in the bank.
That's correct. That would be for the crown. 43,000 gold for the crown. Thilotilo digs out his Mazmoon now. He's got to be happy he cleared the rest of this and didn't just check that incentivized chest. That's a pretty good move, especially if you think your opponent's not going to do it, Falconic.
When you see the person you're going to play against, you try to play your game, but at the same time, what is your opponent going to do? What chests do they typically skip? So maybe you dive a little bit deeper next time. And it worked out for both of them this time.
Potential game changer for Saltyphry in the Castle of Ordeals. He has located the Bane Sword, the poison smoke personification. I like it.
I like the Bane Sword as well. I think it's versatile, but it's also a great sword if maybe you're doing a TOF dive and you've expelled all of your nuke charges and maybe someone doesn't have something to do. Put the Bane Sword on them. Give them something to do.
I can't tell you how many times I've utilized that tactic. It's rarely paid off, but when it does, it sure does, Falconic. We'd like to remind you, Randomania fans, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, as Saltyphry picks up his rod in the incentivized Castle Ordeals, that tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Randomania, Randomania 1, Randomania the main channel. Shard Hunt Exhibition, Stage 3 of the Swiss Rounds Final Fantasy Randomizer Reveal Show. Late night tonight, we're going to see the matchup, so we're going to see a Shard Hunt. Rainbow Poogle and Sforzando are going to take the microphone there. I can't wait to sit back and watch it. I know they won't put me asleep, I can tell you that, so I'm going to be up late tonight and certainly enjoy that.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Shard Hunt, make it a priority to watch tonight. The flags for the Swiss are fun, but you still got to get those fiends down. You have to light the orbs. We've been there, we've done that. Shard Hunts, it's an entirely different animal. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe that they take all the low-end heals, the low gold chests, they replace them with shards. You have to find 16 of them to unlock the black orb.
Saltyphry has a plethora of options here. He's choosing to head west towards the waterfall and Sea Shrine area.
Have we seen him open up the bottle? I believe we have, so this is a good play if he has. That's two things he can knock out at once.
Yes, Saltyphry has got his Oxyale first. He's headed to the waterfall first. Meanwhile, Thilotilo's still in the ice cave, nuking things. He's moved up to level 16 now, as he's about to get out of the ice cave. Let's see where he goes next.
Level 16 with one orb lit is fantastic.
Saltyphry enters the waterfall by a process of elimination. We think that the robot more than likely has the slab. That would round out incentivized items for Saltyphry now. He will have had those chores done. Thilotilo going to the Crystal MTG/Wilcliosa School of Parking the Airship.
Oh, is that where you slam the airship into the city?
No.
Yep, I think it is. I think it is.
Life. We have found the life spell at level 7. I don't know how much use that's going to be to our players tonight.
Not with life too early. Nah.
Right. The katana being sold by thilotilo at this point in time. He did have 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's a good move. Nightmares giving saltyphry just a little bit of a tough time. Withstands 1 nuke. Takes a 2nd nuke blast to take out the Nightmares. Might be something to file away, but he might not see him again. Sforzondo asking where Luigi's mansion is. I don't know. What I do know is we've got the Mazmoon, the Adamant, and the Vorpal for thilotilo. He's got lots of money. He's got an Orblet. He's got Nuke, and he's got Fade. Given that he's also got the Excalibur, where saltyphry probably will not be able to get that, thilotilo might be in a little go mode here. He might be looking to make a move, potentially skip some chests. But there's a missing component here, Falconic. You know what it is. We haven't seen any of them yet. There's 3 of them in the game. No ribbons yet.
You definitely want to see those ribbons. Wall spell does help in a pinch, but 3 ribbons out there, you've got to find them soon. Maybe we see them in water?
Could be. Slab has been located in the waterfall for saltyphry. He quickly exits out of there. No ribbons in the 6 chests. saltyphry, he's going to go to the Sea Shrine here.
I like this move. I'm curious to see. At this point, you don't have ribbons. Do you go mermaids or do you just go straight to Kraken?
That's where I'm going with this. Given the weaponry, I would certainly think directly to Kraken and check those couple of chests along the way. The 2 freebies, maybe the Sharknado. See if you pick up something there. Take out that squid. Assess the situation at that point in time. Because if you're going to go to mermaids, if you're going to take that time, and you're really only looking for ribbons, there ain't much else. Now, maybe Aegis Shield. Other than that, Opal Bracelet perhaps could pop up as well. If you're going to do that, now's the time.
Yeah, we've seen Dragon Armor already. Aegis Shield would be a good pickup. Maybe the Opal Bracelet. I think at this point, the smarter move is to go to Kraken, see what happens along the way. You got a couple free chests. And then if you don't find anything, maybe mermaids. And if you're just crazy enough, if you absolutely have to, I guess you could do Marsh.
I don't know about that one, but the lobsters are giving it to saltyphry already. Down goes his ninja, but he gets away. Those darn lobsters. Question in chats. Maximum Barnage, how are you? How lucky would you have to get for ribbons to not be necessary for Temple of Fiends you visited? I know I've done it. I know a lot of other runners have done it. You don't want to do it, but yeah, you know, what levels are you at? What's your party composition? thilotilo picking up his Bane Sword right now. Castle Ordeals. He's on his way to get his rod. I've got a 1 ribbon rule, Falconic, and I really want 2. What about you? What are your feelings on it?
I want 1 at least, and that's only if I've got early wall. Because you hope for a Chaos fight, a Kraken 2 fight, a Tiamat 2 fight, where they just attack you, maybe throw out some level 2, possibly level 3 spells. With ribbons, those are trivial. If you don't have ribbons, that's going to wipe your team.
The rod pickup for thilotilo. Where does he go next? We're going to find out pretty quick.
No, we haven't seen it yet. Earth Cave.
We have not seen Earth Cave yet. That could be a potential interesting option. The ice armor has been picked up for saltyphry. He's going to slap that on his ninja. Remember, the ninja, the promoted thief, can equip a whole ton of armor. Ice armor's one of them. That's what he's going to do with that. Wizard say Hags have cremate. We don't know if they've got anything else hidden behind there. Wizard staff pick up now for saltyphry. 3 charges of warp and wall for saltyphry. He won't need warp in the Temple of Fiends you visited. That's 3 wall shots. I like it.
I do as well. I'm curious to see if maybe we're going to see that Quad X used at some point.
The experienced pinata fight for saltyphry now. The big eye and the great. I like this fight. Fairly easy usually to take down. saltyphry takes them down. He's going to get 1,500 experience points. Moves one of his light warriors to level 15. Northwest Castle for thilotilo. He's going to turn in his crown. He's going to get to do the Mystic Key quest. There were some pretty important items in there.
And a little bit of a hero run on Salty's side as well. What a perfect time to get that on Kraken's floor.
Level 19 now for a few of saltyphry's warriors. He's going to heal up. He's going to take on Kraken. I don't see Brack. I know he's got the Bane sword. That's what I would do.
I've got Bane, but I think we've all learned from Slip Punch, you do Brack on Crack.
I agree. There is the Bane sword strategy ineffective at this point in time. Kraken, he's a little bit annoyed, fires out Fire 2 against saltyphry. 336 damage from the tank. A nuke for 214. Another nuke followed up from the Red Wizard for 175. Kraken, nice knowing ya. See ya later. Second orb lit for saltyphry. It's the water orb. He's got 2 orbs lit now.
2 orbs with under an hour. That's a good pacing. It does have me a little nervous in all my practice seeds. If the first Kraken's weak, the second one's going to get the revenge.
We'd like to welcome to the chat Melina Apocalyptica Kusaka. Love the band Apocalyptica, by the way, if you happen to maybe be named after them, though one of certainly my favorites. And this is awesome. We've got a good match going on here. saltyphry with a 1 orb lead. thilotilo does not have his slab either. That's located in the waterfall. So I would say a dungeon and a half, maybe? For saltyphry?
Yeah, this lead is growing for sure. Salty's making all the right moves.
I like his routing. I like his choices. thilotilo's also a little bit behind in the crown quest. He's cleaning that up right now, though. saltyphry translates his slab. That only tells me one thing. He's headed that way. He's headed toward the northeast and to the Finn to see the Finnish people in the Toga party.
You know, you hope so. Somebody recently told me that after you translate the slab, it does leave your inventory, and if you wait too long, you might find that you get a little lost.
Who got lost and who told you that?
Oh, I think it was my grandmother that got lost, and she sat me down on her knee one night and told me about that. It definitely wasn't me, though.
saltyphry is in the area of Earth Cave. He got his rod from Castle Ordeals. He's going to do the Earth Cave now. Looks like he's taking up a couple more chests. I can only think he's really looking for probably one thing.
At this point, it is a ribbon hunt.
Mm-hmm. So if he had just one ribbon, I would think he's ready to play. He's ready to go ahead and move on with the dragon armor, the Masmone, and the Vorpal at hand.
It's a weird seed. You normally don't see such an embarrassment of riches on the weapon side without having any defensive, but here we are.
Usually the other way around. I mean, we've had multiple runs, and players have to go at Chaos with an ice sword, because the options were really exhausted. How do you feel at this point in time if you're thilotilo, Falconic? You're nearing an hour, you've got 1 orb lit, and you're still kind of doing the crown quest. Are you nervous at all? Do you like your equipment? How do you feel about your levels? What do you think you're doing if you're thilotilo?
In this seed, I'm not feeling too bad. You've got the Mazza. You think maybe your opponent skipped those chests because it is a chest that you see a lot of people skip. You've got an orb down. Yes, you would like to have 2 fiends down by the hour mark, but you've seen a couple nasty things along the way, so you know your opponent has as well. You gotta feel pretty good. Now you get closer to the 130 mark. If you don't have 3 orbs by then, maybe you start to get a little bit nervous, but no. Yeah. Right now, it's all about routing. You're okay. Do your thing.
Okay, play your own game, says Falconic. I would be nervous. I want to be on my way to that 3rd orb right around the hour mark. But I would feel comfortable with my gear other than the ribbons. He's going to head to the Dwarf Cave to try to find a ribbon right now, more than likely. Probably hopes it's there. It's not. He might be a little bit disappointed. but he does have the weapons. Katana, Mazmoon, Vorpal, Banesword. He's got endgame capabilities here. He's got spells. Temper early. He's got Nuke. He's got Fade. This is a playable seed without ribbons, I believe, in my opinion. Do you agree?
I do. And again, the beauty of Randomizer is that any chest can have any item. There's a very real possibility that the 2 validation chests in TOFR have ribbons. Maybe there's some below carry.
Could be. Demarine pointing out 50-some chests in the Mirage Tower and Sky Castle. Could all be there. None of them could be there. They could be in Keylock Marsh. We just don't know at this point. But if you haven't found any, an hour in, and you've gone out of your way to check a chest, a lot of normal chests, a lot of chests that you think your opponent's going to check, and you haven't found any, odds are your opponent hasn't found any. So, while the bad news is you don't have any, the good news is neither does your opponent.
I'll look at chat. 5 on it saying that the vanilla Mazmoon might have ribbon.
It could. It could
It's
have
possible.
the Great Axe. We have not seen the Great Axe.
Here's a question for chat. Let's say you're all saltyphry. You've got your slab. You're going to translate it. He looks like he's diving the Earth Cave. Do you guys go Earth Cave? Would you rather go into the armory that is Chime? You go into the Mirage Tower. You got 2 floors worth of a ton of chests. What's the right play here?
And the cat pointing about that it'll be pretty tough without ribbons if Chaos has Bane and Zap. We've had that happen. I had a call in one of those matches. Wall is available. It's in the same level as Nuke. I know saltyphry's got at least 3 charges of it. I think it was level 5 in Melmond. And he's got 2 red wizards that have it. Without the ribbons, and you can maybe somehow figure out, perhaps with the first Temple of Fiends run and into the second Temple of Fiends run, that Zap or Bane is going to pop as saltyphry lights his Earth Orb, his 3rd orb. You can get a wall off that could protect you in battle. You've been talking about that a couple times earlier. And the value of that wall spell. It acts as an in-battle ribbon that can protect you from Bane, Poison Smoke, Quad X. It ain't going to help you from Death Touch, especially a Time-It with Death Touch, let me tell ya. But it's an option.
Wall is nice, although you have to depend on the fact that you get it off first.
Correct. And sometimes Chaos can get you before you can even fight, and you lose that shot of wall on a potential perished Light Warrior. Tilo tearing through the waterfall right now. He's picking up the pace a little bit here. I like what I see. He's going to pick up... Of course, I don't have waterfall in my notes.
And again, we've seen plenty of races this week, last week. 2 orb lead, 3 orb lead, none of it matters. TOFR is the great equalizer.
Tilo's going to pick up his slab real quick. saltyphry's the first player to pick up his chime. He's got 3 orbs left. There's really only 1 stop left. It is the Mirage Tower and the Floating Fortress.
I'd be curious to think how many ribbons chat thinks we're going to find in Mirage and Sky.
Is he going to check it? He's got weapons, he's got spells, he's got wall.
I think you have to check it. I think you have to check it. You have no ribbons. You got to at least check 1 floor, I would think.
Give 1 floor a shot, perhaps this first floor Mirage here. Figure out what it is, because you can reset quickly if you don't like it, or warp out, exit, and save.
I think if you've got houses, you've got exit and warp, it's to your benefit. Check both floors. Maybe you don't go digging around in the spider of Skyfloor where it's spread out and it's a lot of walking, but you do have warp. So I really like when you go from Mirage to Sky, the bottom chest is only 1, so maybe you skip that. But the left and the right have multiple. Those are great to choose from, and if you find them, pick them up, warp out. You can go to the other side quickly. It's not a lot of time lost.
Tilo taking an extra fight on the trap tile. He's going to walk out the slab from the waterfall. saltyphry does check the first floor Mirage. Nothing. Nada. He's going to check the greater than less than room. 2nd floor Mirage. Swarzando, very successful player. Final Fantasy Randomizer here, points out in chat He says what it is that I certainly think as well. He says you want at least one ribbon. I have a one ribbon rule. I'm not going without one. However, this is you got the walls, you got the weapons. How antsy are you to get on with this? You're playing an opponent here. White
There it
shirt.
is.
Was that
There
it?
it is. Ribbon
White
and
shirt?
white shirt back-to-back chests.
Okay.
Those are two humongous finds. Those are absolute game changers when it comes to defense.
Okay, one ribbon has been located. The white shirt, Thor's hammer, add that to the mix. Riches for saltyphry. He checked the right place. Tilo's still trying to get out of the waterfall. Now what, Falcon? Is saltyphry ready now?
Saltyphry, I think with 3 orbs lit, you're at the 1 hour 3 mark. You found a ribbon. You've got that white shirt. That's also almost as big as a ribbon. That's a huge find. I think he go modes it here with wall, and if you run into bad stuff, then you go back and start searching.
Okay, yep. I'm gonna agree with that definitely. I think I might have skipped this one. I might have gone ahead and moved on, and Falcon, you said you would have gone for the greater than less than, and I think that was definitely the right play to make. Question is now, is there any more chests to check in this game? I would think maybe a couple of freebies, maybe the 4 chests on the left in the floating fortress. That might be it.
I think that's the one that most runners would go for. At this point, I still feel good about having 3 orbs.
Oh, was that Death Touch?
It was. But Life 2 is going to make that not a problem.
Question in chat, we're going to get to Death Touch in just a second. From Max, was invisibility too early? No, it was not. Ruse, however, was very early and very learnable from a whole lot of people. Speaking of Ruse...
Defense sword. And this is exactly why I think this is the right play. You found 1 ribbon, you have warp, he could easily warp right now, just like that, and now he gets to go to the left side. He has another warp if he wants to, and he gets to move up. So if he finds another ribbon on the left side here, this is the best play he could hope for. I think the defense sword right there makes it worth his time.
Oh, yeah, I gotta hand it to you guys on this one. I wouldn't have done this. Defense sword on top of that. Now you got 4 casts of Ruse.
Having warp available like he did makes that literally a 10-second play. 10 seconds at the chance of checking 4 to 9 chests.
Saltyphry blazes through the star room, runs into a chimera. Meanwhile, Tilo has made his way to the sea shrine now. Making a beeline directly for Kraken. No mermaids play for Tilo. He's starting to make a little bit of a move now. I like that play. Reminder, tonight, right around 11 p.m. Eastern, Randomania Family and Networks, Randomania. Shard Hunt Exhibition, Stage 3 matchup reveal. It's for Zondo, Rainbow Poogle on the microphone. Is that another one?
It's another ribbon, and it's in a popular spot if you have warp. That right side is a pain to get to, but a warp brings you right back. That's a smart move.
Saltyphry making a fool of Will Cleosis on the microphone. Congratulations, Saltyphry, great moves. Now, whatever you do, look out for Warmack, because you don't want to lose this progress.
You absolutely don't.
Excellent decisions from Saltyphry. 2 ribbons, a white shirt, defense sword. He is loaded for the Temple of Fiends Revisited, and we're only at the 1 hour 6 minute mark, and he's got a pretty firm, established lead on his opponent. He doesn't know that part, but sea snakes have stone poison. Look out.
Yeah, at this point, Salty has to be in absolute go mode. For anyone watching that's new, the plays that Salty's making here, he made because he had warp. Sometimes these moves are not worth doing, but with an early warp like he has, it makes all the sense in the world. Chat brings up a good point. Has Saltyphry, did he check those chests in Volcano? Did he get the power bonk? I know Tio has it.
I think, no, there's a gauntlet on him. He keeps going to his armor screen, and I keep seeing gauntlet. And my gosh, that man-cat Medusa formation from last night. Anyone who joined us last night, this formation will give you nightmares. I can't describe it in words. It wouldn't be fair to tell the nightmares and horrors of this ambushing formation. Tilo, rearranging his party, puts his knight on the bottom for the fight with Kraken 1. saltyphry had really no issues at all with Kraken, and I don't think this will be too difficult of a fight for Tilo.
He did, and I think Kraken actually rode with very low health, so this should be a quick one.
I for some reason don't think saltyphry got the power gauntlet, and I don't remember why, but I know he's got a gauntlet on his knight.
No, I don't think he did. I believe chat said it was top left, and you see a lot of runners skip that. It's a little out of the way, although I like checking it, because half the tiles are fire tiles, and you're not going to get a fight. So maybe you get 1 or 2 random encounters, plus the forced. It's a good check.
saltyphry moves to level 21. Thilotilo quickly finished off Kraken. He's got his second orb now. saltyphry really geared up for a Temple of Fiends run here. I like his levels, I like his position in the game. I think right now his biggest hurdle up until very later in the game with Kraken 2 right now might be a Warmech sighting or a potential Tiamat right here. This is not to be trifled with.
The only thing Salty's missing is that power bonk. That's the only thing he could be lacking for. Otherwise, he is set.
Tilo picking up the wall spells from Melmon now. There's the warp. He's preparing a little bit more. He did not have warp before. He could not use it to get out of Waterfall. Cost him time.
A little bit. I was wondering why he walked out of Waterfall. I didn't realize at the point, but that makes all the sense in the world. We got 5 on it in chat posting a video of Zarbi, unfortunately, running into those man-cats.
Nachos for saltyphry. Mowing him down. Bridge of Destiny walk. Another nacho. Tilo's headed to the Earth Cave now. He's gonna go after Lich.
You know, Will, I've heard some people say you don't actually win your match unless you seek out of the Warmech and take him out. How do you feel about that?
Who you been listening to?
You know, I ran from mine last night as well as 2 other runners, but one runner didn't. White Mage is a guy, stood his ground, took him out, made us all feel bad.
White Mage is a guy, took out Warmech. Attaboy. I like to take out Warmech as best I can unless I'm feeling nervous about the match. You know, where do I feel in the match? What are the weapons? And is he going to slow me down and potentially cost me a lot of time that I spent? If I go-moded Bane's Sword from saltyphry, ineffective. If I spent a lot of time in Mirage and Sky Castle, then I don't want to fight Warmech. If I go-moded it, I'll take on Warmech each and every day because I know that I want to come back. 4 hits.
Huge.
608 damage. Level 22 for saltyphry. He's got his 4th orb lit. Revive the power of the orbs. He's ready to go ahead and maybe do a little bit of shopping. Head to the Temple of Fiends visited. We've just passed the 1 hour 10 minute mark now.
1 hour 10 minutes ready for TOFR. Not a bad time at all. That's actually what you're kind of hoping to get. He is missing that power bomb. Let's see if he's got all the spells he wants.
Iron and Opal Gauntlet and Zeus Gauntlet available. A couple of ribbons. Pro Cape, white shirt, defense sword. He does have the Masmoon. He's got the Vorpal.
So now here's a question. Do you put the ribbons on both of your red mages? Do you put it on the white mage? Do you put it on the fighter? You want to put it on someone that has life 2 for sure, but it looks like we got 3 life 2s spread out.
Your ribbon goes to your primary damage dealer and your healer. So I would certainly do the knight in this case, and then the highest level red wizard that we have, and also that red wizard with the defense sword. Even though he's got to cast a ruse. Actually, excuse me, I'd probably move the defense sword to the ninja and have 4 ruse shots.
I was about to say, you can't do defense and ruse in one turn, so you might as well spread the love.
Tilo's got some sort of encounter in the Earth Cave. I didn't see exactly what happened. It's gone.
He's got the vampire there. Well, was it a vampire? It was so gone. So quick.
Tilo making use of the rod. Getting through the Earth Cave. saltyphry moving around a little bit. Preparing for the Temple of Fiends revisited. Tilo's going to continue to check chests. He's looking for ribbons. We know where 2 of them are. He's not going to find much. He's not going to find the white shirt. He might find the black shirt, and he's not gonna find what he's looking for, unfortunately, in Earth Cave.
Black shirt's nice. You want to find that before Volcano, unfortunately.
Pro Ring pickups right before the Temple of Fiends are visited. Where have I seen that before?
Huh, you know, you might have seen a lot of veterans pick that up. I think the Pro Ring might actually serve some purpose.
8 Absorb, it's the best hand armor. Anyone can equip it, but it's got some protection. When that Chimera comes out and the Temple of Fiends are visited and fires Toxic at your Light Warrior party, and 3 of them go down, it's because you didn't have 3 Pro Rings.
Looks like we see saltyphry burning off some encounters here. A little bit of encounter manipulation. Let's see what kind of run he gets through Topher.
1 hour, 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Saltyphry has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Let's see what his plan is here. Thilotilo winding his way through the Earth Cave looking for his 3rd orb. Saltyphry is not messing around. He's running from the Gax Dragon fight. What does that tell us, Falconic?
It tells us he's happy with his levels. He just wants to get through this.
He's making his move right around the 1 hour, 13 minute mark now.
You know, wouldn't he love to see, if he checks the validation chest, that 3rd ribbon?
A cabin and a Pro Ring. He's going to use his loot to delve deeper into Temple of Fiends Revisited now. Thilotilo's still kind of winding through the Earth Cave. He's nearing Lich, though, for his 3rd orb. We've seen this during this tournament a lot, Falconic. Saltyphry's got a very distinct advantage and a downright lead. Something happens in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. One wipes all it takes, and the next thing you know, the person that was behind surpasses the leader. We've seen it happen time and time again. We're gonna see if it happens one more time. We just don't know that. Thilotilo initiates the fight. He's taking on the Earth Fiend Lich. I don't think Lich is gonna last very long.
It does have damage poison, though. But you're right. Not very long for the world.
Question in chat about how it's pronounced. I always called it Chimera. But other people have called it Chimera. I don't know. I've always called it Chimera and Chimera. They're cousins.
Interesting. I called it Chichiboo growing up, and hope it catches on.
Chichiboo.
You're not wrong, though. We have seen plenty of races, though, where somebody dives into Topher early, and their opponent has maybe 2 orbs, possibly 3. It's a double-edged sword. You do jump in a little early, maybe wipe, but you get the knowledge of what you're going to go back into.
And you're able to make those adjustments, yeah. Thilotilo on his way to pick up his chime, looking for his 4th orb. Saltyphry took out Lich 2, gets a long run in the fire floor here. He's almost to carry 2. Take it, Falconic.
Looks like he's got the Grey Worm Foundation here, but he's going to be able to run from it. We're going to see what we got with Carry 2 here. Another Grey Worm fight, again runnable. Tilo has his chime, he's going to be making his dip. Let's see if he checks those 2 Mirage Tower floors there. Possibly pick up the, what was it, ribbon and white shirt. We've got Saltyphry going up against Carry. Carry hitting pretty hard, takes out that bottom red mage. Nuke goes out for 218, followed by another nuke, hitting for 100. At about 318, another 220. Over 500 damage on the Carry here, a little bit beefy. Didn't quite hit that ninja for quite what you think, and another nuke finishes it off. So we got 3. We're going to be able to res that red mage, no problem. And we're on the water floor. Here you typically see a lot of unrunnable encounters. Hopefully we don't see that today. Doing really well on heal potions, over 80 at this point. And there's the unrunnable. It'll be interesting to see if Tio actually checks these bottom floors of Mirage. It is going to pay out if he does. Looks like you're seeing a little bit of hesitation over on Salty's side, whether or not he wants to burn those nukes. It looks like he's playing it smart and not choosing to. Goes for the Thor instead. Looks like we're about level 22 to 20 on a lot of Saltyphry's characters here. Looks like he's going to the inventory to drop a couple of items here, though. Here we go. A little bit of item management. Not a bad idea. And unrunnable water. So here we go. Just again, it's not a commentator's curse when it happens every time. Water 4 tends to be unforgiving. A lot of unrunnable fights.
Those waters have ended a lot of runs for people over the years, yours truly included. A nuke. All 3 waters withstand the nuke and a Thor's hammer.
And I don't believe we saw Tio dip into the second floor Mirage, so that's going to be a missed ribbon and a missed white shirt, unless I'm mistaken.
We'd like to thank Randomania for the raid. Hello, the RPG chick. Zardia, welcome. saltyphry has a firm grasp on this matchup right now. He's on the water floor of the Temple of Fiends revisited. He's stocked dragon armor. He's got the versatile Mazmoon. He's got the Vorpal. He's got 2 ribbons. Defense sword. He's got the white shirt. He did elect to use a nuke shot there on this unrunnable though.
Yeah, the only thing Salty's missing at this point, like I said before, is the power gong. But other than that, absolutely set, ready for this dive, making clear headway. And I believe he still has over 75 heal potions. He is set.
Another unrunnable Salty on the wall. This is the hardest time he's had in this game. Cremate from the Wizards say, hey, he's knocking down the ninja. He's down to 1 knee. He's poisoned now. Thor's hammer comes out from saltyphry. Tries to thin him out. Not working. Both the sharks are gone. He blows another nuke. Here. Okay. 2 nukes he had to use to get through this water floor just to get to Kraken 2 as he moves up to level 23 now.
Tio making his way over to the Tiamat floor here. Hopefully, I think chat wants to see a war mech. I don't know if Tio wants to see it, but, well, you've got it.
We have located the Death Touch enemy in this seed. It is Badman. Looks like we're through most of those parts for saltyphry now. Tilotilo's past them as well. saltyphry's rearranging his party. Breaking 2. They often call him the Gatekeeper. He gave us a lot of trouble last night. Another unrunnable for saltyphry now, and these waters have a lot of HP, Falconic. He's using more nukes. Nuke is in the same slot, the same level, level 3 black and white magic that are on those red mages. Life 2 is there as well. These nukes are costing him life 2 shots here. Uh-oh. Oh! Tilo has ran into Warmech. He's attacking. He's going to try to take out Warmech. Warmech's already taken out his ninja now. Warmech absolutely blasts the knight. Fade and nuke from Tilo trying to take out. Warmech is disassembled. Down goes Warmech. Level 20 for Tilo for his 3 light warriors that are alive. He's got life 2 charges though.
I think we can blame that one on, who is it, Sorzando? But again, Tio might just take the default victory for taking out Warmech.
Kraken 2 fight initiated for saltyphry. He's rearranged his party. He's healed up. He's got a battle plan here. Temper. The white shirt being used. I don't see any use of Roos or anything here. Kraken right off the bat gets initiative. And wham! Down goes the ninja. Before he can get off any type of invisibility. 1 light warrior down for saltyphry. Tiamat 1 on Tilo's side. He's got his party rearranged now. Kraken with a big whack to the red wizard. He's down to 100 HP.
Didn't take him out though, and that's all that counts.
Defense sword being used by saltyphry on his knight, protecting his damage dealer. Temper on the knight now. saltyphry looking for a hero in the night. Tiamat has stunned half of Tilo's party. Down goes the red wizard for saltyphry now. Temper again from saltyphry. The knight attacks 252 damage, but Kraken's melee attacking is missing.
He actually got a little bit lucky there. Kraken went for Fade, his red mage, twice. And in doing so, he left Nuke alive, and Nuke's going to be able to life to the other 2 alive.
4 hits, 774 damage from the knight. Takes down Kraken 2. Question from Shalasia in chat. Was Kraken 2 being slappy happy again? Yes, he was, but saltyphry was prepared. Lost 2 light warriors in the process, but he was prepared for it. saltyphry has moved on now.
Correct. Cracky was slappy happy.
Look at the armor screen here for saltyphry. Gold bracelets, white shirt, dragon armor, ribbons. He's prepared for this fight. Meanwhile, while the Tiamat 2 fight is initiated for saltyphry, thilotilo is entering the Temple of Fiends Revisited, 122.30. Thilotilo probably likes his time here in his run. He's going to stop off. He's looking for more ribbons.
It's not a bad play. I don't think Teal's found a single ribbon yet. That might be influencing why he's checking these chests right now.
Question from Max. Yes, the Knight does have life 2 on him as well. He's got Roos galore. He's not really utilizing it. The Mazmoon shot. Uh-oh. 50 damage from the Mazmoon. Tiamat fires off stop. He just paralyzed 2 light warriors of saltyphry, including the Knight.
This is going to be a dangerous play for TOTO. He's going into TOFR with 0 ribbons.
1 life 2 shot and 1 nuke shot are left on each red wizard here. Got to conserve them. There goes Zap. We talked about this earlier. Down goes the Knight for saltyphry and the Ninja. He's down to the 2 red wizards. What do you do here? He's got the Vorpal, I think. I think he should potentially temper the Vorpal. He might have to. He's got to save those life 2 shots, but he's got to kill Tiamat 2. Tilotilo's on his tail. Fire 3 from Tiamat now, doing damage. He's elected to temper himself up.
You have to. This is the right play. Temper up the Vorpal user, and you hope that those crits come into play.
The Vorpal in action after the temper not doing much so far. Temper with a rub spell ineffective. Another temper from saltyphry. Stun from Tiamat 2. Nothing. 313 damage from the Game Changer though. There's another zap. No good. The 2 ribbons protecting. Quad X from saltyphry. No good. 394 damage from the tempered Vorpal though.
This is where the Vorpal shines.
298 damage. The Vorpal's really giving it Tiamat 2 here. Quad X. Quad X. Erased. Terminated. Down goes Tiamat 2. saltyphry is steps away from the Chamber of Chaos. What a move. Temper up the Vorpal on the Red Wizard. That was his plan all along, was to use the Game Changer. Take out Tiamat 2. No question about it, especially after he lost his Knight.
What a huge play there. Does that happen with any other sword? The answer, I'll stop you right now, is no. Vorpal saved that fight. You tempered it up, you didn't have a fast, those crits came into play, and here you are with life 2 early, resing everyone, now you're going full strength against Chaos. Also, Will, I have it on good authority. I think we might have converted another player over to Team Vorpal today.
Team Vorpal. I've lost my stream, Falconic, take it.
Alright, looks like we've got saltyphry going into that Chaos fight. He's immediately going into, looks like, a couple of defenses, a couple of tempers. We're going to do, looks like we're going to wall he's going to wall Fade, his second red mage.
saltyphry has learned from the fight with Tiamat 2. He's bringing out the wall early this time. Meanwhile, Tilo takes out Lich 2.
Yeah, he is just straight buffing up Tank, his Knight. We're going to put all the tempers on him. We've got the walls out. We're doing the white shirts. Usually you see on Chaos, the first 2 or 3 rounds, it's all about preparation. It's not really any attacks going out early.
We have Lightning 3 from Chaos now. We have not seen the nuclear skill. We know what's out there. We know there's a couple nukes out there. We have not seen them yet. saltyphry set up a good defensive strategy here, along with buffs on his Knight. His Knight and his top red wizard have the Vorpal and the Mazmoon. Big hit from Chaos on the red wizard on the bottom, but 500 damage from saltyphry. Fires back.
Yeah, at this point, the name of the game, keep your Knight alive. Continue to buff him. Let that Mazmoon do what that Mazmoon does. Massive damage.
4 hits, 500 damage from the Knight. Chaos has got to be on the ropes here a little bit. saltyphry continues the defense. Chaos not fighting back very much, only Lightning 2. Preemptive heal 3 from saltyphry. I like that move, Falconic.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have nothing better to do, you're not going to put out damage. Put out those heals before you expect the damage.
Fire 3 from Chaos. Again, counteracted by saltyphry by a heal 3. Thilotilo taking on carry 2. Doesn't seem to be having any problems so far. Another temper from saltyphry on the night. No fast here. No fast available. It was late. Chaos starting to bring it out a little bit now. Blizzard. Wall, help protect against that Blizzard along with the 2 ribbons that he has. Saltyphry's emptying the tank here. He's starting to fire nukes. 628 damage from the night. Down goes Chaos. Chaos is terminated. We have a winner. Saltyphry moves to 2-0 in the 2018 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament with an official SRL time. 1 hour, 27 minutes, 36 seconds. Check it out your GGs. Congratulate this man. Very, very smooth run. Very clean. Very well done. Good decision making. Excellent routing. Equipment based. And a really flawless Temple of Fiends revisited, Falconic.
Yeah, very, very well played. The only item he was missing was that power gauntlet, but all those early tempers really, really paid off. He did lose the knight during his Tiamat fight, but the Vorpal stepped in, did its job. Just a very, very well played match by saltyphry. Very good balanced team, was able to take the win.
Yeah, you know, and if saltyphry's run was done in maybe one of our player matchups, it seems to me almost that you almost kind of wouldn't notice it. Like maybe the refs in a football game when they're doing a good job, because it was that smooth. So hats off to you, saltyphry. Congratulations. You move on to 2-0. We're going to try to get saltyphry in here for a quick interview.
Yeah, I think the way he balanced his team made it to where no matter what the situation was presented, he had an answer to it, and he showed that tonight.
Speaking of the newly crowned 2-0 saltyphry, saltyphry, have you joined us in commentary?
I have.
saltyphry, congratulations, 2-0. You've moved on. Clean run. What made you check oh so many more chests in Mirage and Sky Castle? What is it that you were looking for?
Some of it was the ribbons and maybe a power glove, but really a lot of that had to do with it. Was just trying to get some levels there. That's usually tends to be what my strategy is in these flags. Is kind of once I get to Sky Castle, take as many fights as I really can and get a few extra levels there. Kind of get up around 20, 21. Just take what I can, really.
Yeah, saltyphry, smooth run. We think essentially the power gauntlet was pretty much the only thing you were missing. We do know that your opponent did pick up the power gauntlet. Falconic, was that the upper left-hand area of Volcano that was located?
I think it was. It was top left Volcano.
I tend to pass that one up. I usually tend to get in a groove where I just kind of pick up the chests on my way, and otherwise I just head for the big clusters of chests, like there is in Sky and Mirage, basically.
Yeah, it certainly paid off for you, the defense sword. The Roos cast being available early gave you so many options. Picking up, how did you feel when you went into the Temple of Fiends early and you picked up that Vorpal sword?
It was nice, I guess, early on, because it was a decent weapon once I got the knight upgraded. So, and it was good to know that at least you had a usable weapon for later, for the end game. If it came down to that, you weren't going to have to start searching just for a weapon. If like you get stuck with just Ice Sword or something like that, you know, you at the very least have Vorpal.
Your opponent's putting on a pretty good show as well. They were hanging with you. You were definitely ahead most of the way, pretty much from the beginning, and then you extended your lead as they go. Thilotilo right now is on Kraken 2. He's going to try to take him out. We're going to stick with that as well. Saltyphry, tell me about the battle with Tiamat 2. He took out your ninja, and then he took out your knight. You made the move to start tempering the red wizard with the Vorpal sword, and then the Vorpal sword did its job. How nervous were you, and what led you to the decision to attempt to attack Tiamat via that method?
I figured that was by far my best way. I had 2 casts of Nuke, but the problem was Nuke was also on the same place as Life too, so I kind of felt like I had to save those just in case. And I figured that was pretty much the only way I was going to be able to whittle them down at that point. So I used all my temper charges I could on that one red mage. Checked out. I wasn't sure which one had the Vorpal. I figured the Vorpal was definitely my best strat at that point in time. I think the other one had the Sun Sword, so I don't know how well that would have fared against Tiamat, because Tiamat tends to have a huge amount of absorb, so the Vorpal definitely would have paid dividends against that absorb, I think. And yeah, I was really a nail biter all the way against that.
Kraken 2, giving it to thilotilo. Thilotilo with a Hail Mary Bane Sword. Poison Smoke terminated. The Bane and the Poison Smoke takes out Kraken 2 for thilotilo.
Tio just pulled a will. Look at that.
Wow. Validation for thilotilo. He's had a great game. He ran into an even better game played by saltyphry. He continues to move on. He's got a battle with Tiamat 2. Tiamat 2 was the fiend that gave his opponent, saltyphry, the most trouble here as he rearranges his party.
If I had just been a little smarter and maybe moved a ribbon to the night, I likely would have had no problems. Like, as soon as I saw that zap, I had the feeling I might be in big trouble.
Did you learn from the zap by Tiamat 2 to go ahead and wall up a little bit earlier? Was that from Tiamat 2 a result of that you used that so early on Chaos?
Well, I also happened to delete a ribbon before I got to Chaos. I don't know if you guys noticed that part when I was trying to move it to my night.
Chat noticed it.
Yeah, that definitely was not intended. But at least at that point in time, I really felt like I only really needed the one on the night by the time I got to Chaos. And I was always going to move it over at Chaos. But looking back, I definitely, with two of them, probably for maybe even Kraken, should have had it on my night. Because I definitely should have had him fully protected so he survived. Because with Life 2 on him, he's the one that's most likely going to survive the nuke if it goes out anyway.
Tiamat 2 has the nuclear skill. We didn't see that from saltyphry. 2 Light Warriors are down for thilotilo, but he's still got the Knight and the Ninja's tempering him. Not much left in the spell charges, though. He's got Ice 3 from Tiamat 2. He's down to the Knight. He's got 97 HP, but a Hero Slash from the Masmo Knight, who has 3 Life 2 shots with
Just
3 Perished Life
Life
Warriors.
2s.
Just enough. This is how well thilotilo played this game. Smooth and clean execution by both players tonight. I'm impressed, Falconic. I'm
Immensely. Salty, the only question I had for you, it looked like you found that first ribbon, and we were considering maybe with your wall spells you were going to go straight into go mode. But you made fantastic use of your warp spell in the Sky Dungeon. Can you kind of explain a little bit as to why you went to the west and the east side, and how you used the warp spell? How did you decide which chest you were going to choose when you were there?
That tends to be just always what I do there. I always go specifically for those clusters of chests. Like, there's so many kind of grouped together on the 3rd floor there, so I tend to always loot the whole thing. Especially if you have warp, it's very easy just to get back to that entrance. And then on the 1st floor there, the left and right side have like 4 and 5 chests in each of those ones, where pretty much all the other rooms on the Sky Castle have like 1 or 2 chests. So I just kind of skip the rest of them. It's like I said, I just kind of head for the clusters and just kind of hope for the best out of those and roll the dice and hope I find what I need.
1 hour, 35 minutes, Chaos fight initiated for thilotilo. Great run. thilotilo, finish him off. He's starting defensively, right out with the walls and Roos. Roos being used. Chaos leads with Fire 3. thilotilo wants this. Could be a PB for him. Great run. He's selecting his magic, using more walls. He's got the walls up along with his ribbon. Power Gauntlet being broken out now for the Knight, along with Temper. Remember, no fast available. That Knight is being buffed up with Saber and Temper, but a big right hand from Chaos knocks out the Red Wizard. He would rather have seen his ninja go down there, probably. He has to adjust. Lightning 3 from Chaos now. A big whack from the Masmoon. 4 hits, 261 damage into Chaos. A flesh wound from the ninja. The ninja's job almost done here, Falconic. He hopes that probably Chaos goes after him. Lightning 2 from Chaos. The ninja's down. White Wizard down to 162. It's all about the Knight here. The White Wizard isn't going to last much longer. Chaos with a big right hand. Down goes the White Wizard. Big blast from the Masmoon wielding Knight for 362. And another one back-to-back. 529. 4 hits. 2 hits. 200. Down goes Chaos. thilotilo takes down Chaos with an official SRL time. 1 hour, 36 minutes, 40 seconds. Congratulations, thilotilo. Way to finish it out. Tough match. Great playing. Chat, get out your GGs. Congratulate this man. He stuck it out. He went ahead. He played his game. He took Chaos out, and he finished it with a very good time, 1 hour, 36 minutes. We'll see if we can get thilotilo in here for a quick interview.
Yeah, just a masterful showing from both runners. They planned their fights out very well. They had their equipment set. They set their party members up exactly right. That thief, the ninja at the end, didn't have too much to do, but he did his job. He served as a meat shield. Both players protected their knight, buffed him up, and got that kill.
We'd like to welcome thilotilo to the broadcast booth. Thilotilo, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can. Thilotilo, great run. Let me tell you what, this is a great match between you and saltyphry. Congratulations to you. You finished that out. We're taking a look at your stats right now. One thing that we wanted to point out was an advantage that you had in your match here tonight with saltyphry. You had the power gauntlet. Saltyphry did not have that. You found that where did you find that? Was it in the upper left-hand corner of the volcano?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and you were able to utilize that. I think you needed it for the hero, for the knight on the chaos fight. Thilotilo,
Yeah,
tell us about your run. How did you feel about it?
Well, the first 20 minutes or so were a complete and utter disaster. I had no idea what to do with the Garland fight there without any AoE, any weapons, anything to do any real damage. I was hoping I could find something in Temple of Fiends to help me out, and I found the Vorpal, which I know makes many people happy, but didn't end up doing a whole lot for me. And then after that, I used that big hero run we had on the third encounter and managed to avoid getting any levels. I saw we had Nuke, and I was all excited about that until I realized that I needed to level my red mage several more levels in order to be able to use it. And that attempting to just get into a spot where I could actually use a damage spell ended up costing me a whole lot. Once I did my pop grind after all that, I felt like everything went really smoothly. I got weapons everywhere. I would have given any of them away for one ribbon, which is the thing I kept searching for. But eventually I said, I can't possibly win. I'm not going to beat saltyphry if I don't take some chances. So I decided to stop looking very hard for the ribbon and just go.
Mm-hmm. Towards the end game there, obviously saltyphry, you know this. thilotilo, you do not know this. As you initiated the Lich fight, in the Fiends Revisited, saltyphry was struggling with Tiamat too. His knight was on the ground and his white wizard was on the ground. He was left up to 2 red wizards, and he thought about it. You can see him going through his motions, and he went ahead and decided to use Temper on his red wizard. And 3 or 4 critical hits in a row from the Vorpal, the tempered Vorpal, was able to get him past Tiamat too. That was by far the closest that he came to really having a huge speed bump in his run, which could have opened the door for you. So it was really a lot closer than these times would indicate, even though the times indicate a very close match. You were neck and neck for probably the first 20 minutes, Falconic. They were grinding on giants at the Peninsula Power together. You guys got the airship together almost, and it was a very close match for most of the way in the beginning, about the first half hour.
Yeah, you guys were extremely close for most of the match there. I think, Tio, you might be a little bit upset to find where those ribbons were at, but I do understand why you made that dive. It looked like Mirage and Sky were really the payoffs there. I think we also found the defense sword there and a couple chests that you skipped.
Yeah, you took a look, thilotilo, you took a look at the Earth Cave. I'm assuming you were looking for ribbons as well, feeling comfortable in your other spots, having the life 2 on the night, that sort of thing. You guys really set up your end game very similarly, but saltyphry had pulled ahead just a little bit, inch by inch throughout the game, certainly to get a time lead. Guys, congratulations. saltyphry moves to 2-0, Tilo down to 1-1 in a very clustered 1-1 group. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out, certainly. Falconic, any last words for the broadcast tonight?
No, I think what you saw tonight was 2 players at their absolute best. saltyphry pulled out just a little bit ahead, but although we had a jet seed, Tio at 136, it's a very, very respectable time. Unfortunately for him at 1-1, he does move into the Tristal Fight Club, as we like to call it. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. And saltyphry 2-0. Let's see how he goes from here.
Thilotilo, Mr. Banesword, Poison Smoke on Kraken 2. Congratulations, you joined a very elite club. Any final thoughts on tonight's match?
Not really. Like I said, I'm frustrated with the way I began that because I could have. I feel like I could have made up some ground there, but all in all, I felt like I played really, really well. A lot better than I've been playing in practice seeds, and I'm very happy with my time. And I didn't actually expect to beat saltyphry. I was just hoping to be in Topher when he dunned, and I was. So I'm pretty happy with my run.
Steps forward. I would be happy with your run too. I'll take that time any day of the week. saltyphry moving to 2-0. Congratulations again. Any final thoughts on this matchup tonight?
It was a bit of a slow start to the race, but other than that, it was a solid one. I'll say GG to thilotilo. Best of luck going forward. Thanks to you guys for commentating. Thanks for the restream and everyone else involved.
Ali Gerbrap doing the tracking for us tonight. Thank you. Randomania for hosting us. Always a pleasure. You've more matches, and we got a lot more coming. A couple more weeks of the Swiss rounds here. It's been exciting. It's been exhilarating. There's been upsets. We just saw a Bane of Kraken 2. How often do you get to see that? Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and Randomania fans, thank you for joining us. 2018 Spring Tournament continues over on our sister broadcast partner right now, Speed Gaming 2. It's Bismarck and DD Games. Coming up, 11 p.m. Eastern, right here, the Randomania family of networks. Swiss Round 3. Week 3, the third set of matchups are going to be revealed. The 2-0s taking on the 2-0s. The 1-1s going up against the 1-1s. We're going to find out those matchups. Plus, a bonus stream shard hunt. Rainbow Poogle. Sporzando going to take you through the call on that match. I can't wait. I'm going to be there to watch the shenanigans. It's going to be great. Tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Randomania. For Falconic FF, our winner tonight, saltyphry. A great game played by thilotilo. My name is Will Cleosis. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. Team Vorpal.
Team Vorpal.